राम नाम की लूट है, लूट सके तू लूट, अंत काल पछताएगा जब प्राण जाएंगे छूट। मेरे मन में राम, तन में राम, रोम रोम में राम रे। राम सुमिर ले, ध्यान लगा ले, चोर जगत के काम रे। बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम राम राम। मेरे मन में राम, तन में राम, रोम रोम में राम रे। राम सुमिर ले, ध्यान लगा ले, चोर जगत के काम रे। बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम,
लाल देह लालील से अरुधरि लाल रंगो वज्र देह दानव दरन जय 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 कपिसो ओम नमो हनुमते नमः ओम नमो हनुमते नमः कबीरा जब हम पैदा हुए जग से हम ऐसे करनी कर चलो हम हंसे जग रोए गरेगा रे सारे धरे सा चदरिया चदरिया
प्रहलाद सुदामा
बाजे पग पंजनी पंजनी सखी बाजे पग पंजनी चना ना 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 चना ना 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 चना ना 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 चना ना 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 चना ना 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 बाजे ना ना बाजे ना ना बाजे मोहन पग पंजनी ध्रुव प्रहलाद सुदामानियो रे सुखदेव निरमन कीनी चदरिया सुखदेव निरमन कीनी दास कबीर ने ऐसे ओरी दास कबीर ने ऐसी ओरी जो क्यों चो धरनी ने चदरिया जीने रे जीने 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 हे राम नाम रस कीनी चदरिया जीने रे जी जीने रे जी जीने रे जीने रे जीने रे जीने
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा
Sound check 1 2. Sound 1 2 1. Sound 1 2. बुढ़ेश्वर उमापति महादेव की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. Prabhaktu Chambila devotees and bhaktas, let me say a Shubh Swagatam and welcome to each and every one of you joining with us this evening in devotion. As we are about to once more again join in a beautiful pravachan and a wonderful katha taken from the golden pages of the Shri Ram Charitramanas. As we are about to join in Kishkinda Khan, listening to the glories of that divine Lord and Master once more again. As we have already performed our puja, worship, oblations to the respected Devis and Devatas, joining in beautiful bhajan and kirtan, this evening I invite you all Karawachai, please stand as we join in our opening arati. Sahajam chavarati samyuktim Vahinayochita maya Deepagrihan devasya Trailokyatimirapaham Yani tani japapani Janmahirtadani cha Tani tani vanashyanti Parakshana pradeparim Ahadati shira Mayan jeke Kirati kalital Ritasya piki Ahadati shira Mayan jeke Kirati kalital Ritasya piki Muninara Valmikave Jana Visharara Sukasannakari Shesha Adusharara Sukasannakari Shesha Adusharara Barani Pavana Sutta Kirati Arati Shira Mayana Jeke Kirati Kalitala Litasya Pigi Santana Gavata Shambhu Bhavani Arugata Sambhava Muni Vegyani Vyasi Ari Kabhi Ponga Batani Vyasi Ari Kabhi Ponga Batani Kakabu Sunjega Pura Kiri Arati Shira Mayana Jeke Kirati Kalitala Litasya Piki Chaharayo Vera Puranaya Sarasa Chaho Sasa Sab Grantana Korasa Tanamana Danasan Tanake Saravasa Tanamana Dana जग सिंगार मुक्ति युग पीति हरणी रोग बाबा मोरी अमी के हरणी रोग बाबा मोरी अमी के तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की भारती श्री राम मायन जी के कीरति कलितल ऋत सिया पी के आरती श्री राम मायन जी के आरती श्री राम मायन जी के कीरति कलितल ऋत सिया पी के आरती श्री राम मायन जी के कीरति कलितल ऋत सिया पी श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की सत्य सनातन धर्म की. You may have a respectful seat this evening. Once more again, my dear friends and devotees, let me say Shubh Swagatam and welcome to all those joining with us here at the residence of Mr. and Mrs. Kenny Ramcharan and family, and to all those joining with us via our live stream this evening. Let me say Swagatam to Bhai Kishan Ji and Media Concepts 29. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, this evening's Katha is taken from Kishkinda Khan of the Ramcharitramanas. And as we are about to journey to this beautiful Katha, I invite you all, let us all sit upright together. Let us join our palms and let us close the physical eyes. As we take this opportunity to surrender to the feet of Bhagwan, to thank Bhagwan for another opportunity to join in puja, katha, worship. This evening, we surrender to Pratham Deva Puja, the first deity to be worshipped. Mangala Murti Moria Mahaganapati, the one who removes all obstacles and hurdles, trials and tribulations. Salutations unto thee. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. He Ram, He Ram, He Ram. हमें दया करो. ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः. ओम श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः. वक्रतुंडा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितं कपीत जम्बू पदसारवक्षतम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पारपङ्कजम्। Salutations to Hanumanji. लाल देह लाली रसे आरुधरि लाल लंगूर भद्र देह लान वरलंग जय 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 कपिसूर। Hanumanji is the embodiment of strength, physically, mentally, and spiritually. This evening, my dear friends and devotees, with clasped hands and closed eyes, surrender to the feet of Hanuman, that Vanar form, the 11 Rudra or 11th form of Lord Shiva, the one who gives us strength, the one who teaches us humility, the one who gives us protection. Salutations to Hanumanji. Om Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरनो रघुबर विमल जसु जोधायक पलचार बोनहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरे पवन कुमार बल बुरी विद्या देव मुहि हरहु कलेश विकार। एक बार बोले पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय जय जय। हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीशति लोक उजागर। राम दूत तुलित बल नामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाथ। कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा कानर कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मोच जने को साज। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप हरि सिया गावा विकट रूप हरि रंग जरावा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाथ। भीम रूप हरि असन संघावे रामचंद्र के काज सवाए। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति के ने बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। सहस वरन तुम यो यस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। संतारिक ब्रह्मानि मुनीसा नाद सारद सहित अनीशा। यम कुबेर गोपाल चहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाय। तुम प्रकार सुग्रीवन कीना, राम मिलाय राज पर दीना। तुम्हारे मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लियो ताहि मधुर पर जानु। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। मिली मुख माही, जररी नांगी गए अचन चनाई। दुर्गम काज जगत के चेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते। राम रुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसाए। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाथ। सब सकल है तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक का हो को डरना। अपन तेज समारो आपे, ही नहु लो कहा कते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, इनके काज सकल तुम साजा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। सारु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुआरे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा कर पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। ओम नमो हनुमते नमः। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर न जान की माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सरल हो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। अंत काल रघुपति पुरचारी, जहाँ जन्म भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित नार रहे, परमत से ही सार्व सुख करे। संकट हरे अमित सब वीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। या सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छुत ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, ओ सिरिसा की गौरीसा। तुलसीदास तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महारेरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाथ। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव। He is the power man, he is known to everyone. Sri Ram Bhakta Pyar, Jai Hanuman. He is the power man, he is known to everyone. Sri Ram Bhakta Pyare, Jai Hanuman. राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसौ सुरभूम, हृदय बसौ सुरभूम, हृदय बसौ सुरभूम। एक बार बोले श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की। My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, this evening as we are about to journey to the depths of the Ramcharitamanas, we offer salutations to the Holy Ramayana. Om Varananam Radhasanganam Rasanam Chandasamaphi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Jehe Sumirata Siddhi Hoy Gananayaka Kari Barabarana Tahano Ano Grahasoy Bodhi Raji Shubha Guna Sarana. Gopinath रामचंद्र की जय, पुरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। शरणम सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामतरूपिणी, विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Salutations to Saraswati Devi. बुरे श्री सरस्वती माता की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। मेरे भक्त devotees, Goswami Tulsidas narrates a beautiful and wonderful katha about the glories of Shri Hanumanji. Our katha begins in Kishkindakan, where Shri Ram is in search of Sita Devi. And while he is searching the Kishkinda forest, he is looking for Sita Devi, and there is no sight of Sita. He met with Jatayu, the king of the birds,
And upon meeting with Jatayu, who was struck by the sword of Ravan, lying there in a pool of blood, Jatayu had told to Shri Ram that it is Ravan who has kidnapped your Sita, and she's in Lankapuri. Jatayu breathing his last breath, Shri Ram and Bhaiya Lakshman performing all of the prescribed rituals and ceremony before continuing their search for Sita. Hanumanji is in the forest. He sees his two princes coming, but he has heard that Ram and Lakshman is in the forest. Hanumanji is known as Ram Bhakta Pujari. He is the greatest servant of Shri Ram. But he has never met Shri Ram. We all serve God, but we have never met God physically, like Hanumanji. But he had faith in Ram. He heard Ram is coming in the forest, so he's looking for these princes. And as he saw these two princes coming through the Kishkinda, he disguised himself as a sadhu. And he went before the Divine Lord, bowing to the feet of Shri Ram. Shri Ram asked, "O Holy One, tell me, who are you? What does Hanuman do? And what does Hanuman say?" Goswami Tulsidashi tells to us this evening through the medium of the Ram Charitramanas. Jaya Ram Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Jaya Ram Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Suno pavan suta hida dhyana bichara Ram kacho bisa ranita kara bolo Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Hanumanji, my dear friends and devotees, in the form of this holy sadhu, the class pans Shri Rama asked, "Who are you?" Hanumanji stands for Satya, for truth. He cannot lie. He unmasked himself, and so in the Vanar form he stands before Hanumanji. He kneels before him, and with clasped hands he says, "May Hanuman hu. I am Hanuman, the 11th Rudra of Shiva. I am a great servant of you, my Lord." Shri Ram, he embraced Hanumanji to see the love and the devotion, the faith and the trust that he has in Shri Ram. And so Hanumanji asked, "My Lord, what has brought you to the forest?" And he says, "I am in search of Sita." Hanumanji says, "Prabhu, I have a friend by the name of Sugriv. And Sugriv, he is in trouble right now. His brother Bali is fighting him for the kingdom that is rightfully his. I have an idea." What is the idea that Hanumanji has? We listen to Katha. Sugriva Parama Bayama Namahe Vichala Bali Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, bolo Jai Rama Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, bolo Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Prabhu Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya 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 Rama Shri Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Bode Syapati Ramachandra ki. Hanumanji says, my Lord, I have a friend who's a bear. His name is Sugriv, but he's in problems with his brother Bali. My Lord, I know you are a Kshatriya. Shri Ram is a Kshatriya. Why? He's a warrior. Who's a Kshatriya? Not anybody named Singh. A Kshatriya is a warrior. So in today's world, a policeman is a Kshatriya. One in the army is a Kshatriya. One whom is a warrior. Shri Ram is a Kshatriya according to Ramcharitmanas. He holds the bow and the arrow and he protects his people. He says, Lord, if you help Sugriv retrieve his kingdom, Sugriv will have thousands of bears search for your Sita. Shri Ram, he came in agreement with this. And Hanumanji took Shri Ram to Sugriv in the Rishyamukh hill. And upon reaching there, he saw Sugriv in great distress and worries. Shri Ram single-handedly, he restored back Dharma. He didn't just destroy Bali, you know. Many might say, but this Ram is very violent. He killed Haman. What he did is restore back Dharma. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Dharma rakshite rakshite dharma. He says, those who protect Dharma, Dharma will protect them. So he's protecting Bali. He says, Yada yada he dharmasya grani bhavata bharata. He says, O Arjuna, I manifest myself from yuga to yuga, from age to age, to restore back dharma wherever there is adharma, to restore back righteousness. In the Treta Yuga, he's Ram. Restoring back righteousness, and now ensuring that Sugriv is the rightful king of the Rishyamukh. Sugriv came in agreement. He came in agreement with Ram. Bhagwan, you have helped me, and I shall now help you to retrieve your Sita, to find her. Shri Ram and Bhaiya Lakshman together with Hanuman, they returned to the Kishkinda, and he left Sugriv for some time. But days are passing by, weeks are passing by, months are passing by, and he doesn't hear nothing from Sugriv. Doesn't this song like something that takes place in today's world? When somebody wants something, they talk with what? Madhu. Honey. They will make an agreement, Bhaiya, if you help me, don't worry. I come in to help you mix a whole load of gravel to kias the yard. And when you're done kias his yard, time to kias yours. Jai Shri Ram. And this has happened in today's world. Bhagwan Shri Ram has helped Sugriv to retrieve his kingdom. But now he hasn't seen Sugriv. Lakshman is seeing that Ram is in distress. And Lakshman, as a Kshatriya, his blood is very hot. In Satyuga, Shri Ram is Vishnu Bhagwan. And he lay upon the Seshnag. who is Lakshman in Treta Yuga. And Lakshman is there to protect his Ram. Lakshman holds the bone arrow and he says, Hanuman, take me to Rishyamukh. What does Lakshman do, my dear friends? Katha tells to us this evening. Hari ho Rama milan kab hoy, ange sava lage rahe. Hari ho Rama milan kab hoy, ange sava lage rahe. Hari ho Rama milan kab hoy, ange sava lage rahe. भैया और प्रीति नीति भैया और प्रीति नीति सकला चल चरनाई हो सकला चल चरनाई अंग सवा लागे रहे हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंग सवा लागे रहे हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंग सवा लागे रहे. Lakshman, upon reaching to Rishyamukh, he strung the bow and the arrow, and as he held it in his hand, he looked at Sugriv. He pointed the bow and arrow, and he says, "O Sugriv, always remember one thing. You have given your word to Ram. Never create hurt for Ram, because I will come for you. Never create distress for my Lord, because I will come to destroy you." This is the words of Lakshman. He speaks in anger, but he talks about protecting his Lord. How many of us in today's world protect our dharma? How many of us in today's world protect our God? When you hear people ill speaking your dharma and your God, what you say? You say, boy, well, me no better, na? This is what we just say. This is reality. Learn about your dharma. Stand for your dharma. Protect your dharma. Protect your God, my dear friends. Just like Lakshman. Otherwise, he holds the bony arrow. He speaks to Sugriv. Shri Ram begins to speak, and what does he say? सुनो सुग्रीव पर राम भाई. O Sugriv, I came to you and I assisted you, and now you abandon me. Sugriv, what should I do with you? One who does not keep his word is not a man. He says, सुनो सुग्रीव पर राम बाई. सुनो सुग्रीव पर राम बाई. विषय मोर हरिया हो विषय मोर हरिया अंग सवा लाग रहे. हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंग सवा लाग रहे. हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंग सवा लाग रहे. He says, Sugriv, one who doesn't keep his word is not a man. My dear friends and devotees, Lakshman teaches us a very valuable lesson tonight. Stand for your dharma. Protect your dharma. Never allow anybody to belittle you because you are Hindu. Stand proud as a Hindu. How many of us, if we come in puja and you need to stop by the supermarket for something or pala, Or maybe by the fruit shed to buy some fruits by Veer. We say, you come out now, you have on no sari. I have only dhoti. So you come out now, where people will say. You know something? I love to come out with my dhoti and kurta anyway. I go in Gulf City anyway. You know why? From the time I enter places, it's like Black Friday, I just get discount. Try your dhoti and kurta. My dear friends, never feel ashamed of your dharma. Stand firm for your dharma and protect your dharma. Bhagwan Shri Ram says, Raghukula riti sada chali aaye, pran na jaye par vachan na jaye. When you give your word, it is very near and dear to you as the very breath that you breathe. When you make a promise, you must stand by your promise. Earlier in Ramayana, Raja Dasrath made a promise to Kekahi, remember? And he told her, Maya, you ask for 2 boon at any time, and whatever you ask for, it shall be yours. Under the influence of Mantara, the entrusted servant, she had asked for Ram to go to the forest for 14 years. Bharat felt as those arrows shot him in his chest. But he couldn't say no. Because when you give your word, you must stand by it. It is called principle. Stand by your word, my dear friends, as Sri Ram says to Sugriv. Sugriv has admitted to Sri Ram, he bows his feet, Bhagwan, I have made a mistake. I was trapped in everything else and I forgot about you. How many of us in today's world, we are trapped in everything that we forget about God? And that has happened. We are trapped in the Mahamaya of the world. We are so busy that sometimes we forget to make 1 minute for God. But you all remember when the pandemic now happened? When COVID came? We were so busy that we didn't have time for God. But when COVID came, who never prayed? Pray. Who didn't have time for God, make time for God. Oh, you remember that? We do one whole night and whole day. Jai Bhagwan. We must not only wait for when these things happen, then to surrender to God. Bhagwan doesn't say sit down for 10 hours and pray. 1 minute with love and devotion. Sugriv says, Lord, I have made a mistake. Forgive me. Our Lord is a forgiving God, and He will forgive you when you make a mistake. But if you do something once, it's a mistake, you are forgiven. But the second time, it's a habit. It could never be a mistake. Bhagwan Shri Ram, he says to Sugriv, Bhaiya, you are forgiven. It is time to go in search of Sita Devi. Hanumanji talks to Sugriv and he says, Sugriv, command your bears and I'm going to call on the monkeys, the vanars, and we are going to search this forest. And so, Hanumanji, together with Sugriv, together they have commanded thousands, millions of monkeys and bears. And they are searching the forest. Every corner, every stone, nothing is left unturned. These monkeys and bears are very busy. Otherwise, they are searching for quite some time. They are not seeing Sita. Ram was told by Jatayu that Sita is in Lanka. But he didn't buy that. He still told Hanumanji and Sugriv, search before you go to Lanka. You know why? When you hear something, you mustn't buy that. We must have facts before we make a judgment. Shri Ram didn't make a judgment and go to Lanka immediately to destroy Ravana, no. He wanted to ensure that the information was correct. In today's world, when we hear something, what we just say? That song ain't like truth, yes? And then we begin to spread like wildfire. And by the time the information reached back, the whole story changed. Jai Bhagwan. Isn't that so? Our Lord teaches us, before making a judgment, ensure that you have facts. This is why you have Hanuman and Sugriv and all of these monkeys and bears searching. And why is they searching? They have reached the southern peak, the southern end of India, to the very shore of the beautiful ocean. Hanumanji, he's in distress. What does he do? We listen to the medium of Katha. Jaya Ram Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Bolo Jaya Rama Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. गिरीते उधारे पवन सुत आवा सबा कहु सोई बेबरधे का बोलो जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. He looks at Sugriv. He says, Bhaiya, oh monkeys, oh vanars, oh bears, we're in problem. We haven't found Sita. No trace of Sita Devi. What should we do? He says, I am not going to return to Ram empty-handed. I'm not going to disappoint my Lord. I must have some information about Sita. Hanumanji, he's placed in service of Ram. He's serving his Lord Ram. We all are here upon this earth to do what? To serve God. We are on a journey to serve God, to attain mukti, liberation at the end. What do we do? How do we serve God? By performing our worship. Service to humanity, service to God. By doing good things, by performing seva. Hanumanji is serving his Lord, but he doesn't want to return to Ram empty-handed. Do you want to return to God at the end of this journey that is called life, empty-handed, with nothing? There's only two things you can carry to the Lord, you know. It's your karma. The good things that you have done and the bad things that you have done. Be like Hanumanji. Want to take back something to your Lord, but not the bad karma. Try to carry some good karma. Try to do some good things, so you will carry good karma with you. He doesn't want to return to Ram empty-handed. He says, as he climbs up the beautiful cave, he looks over the ocean. It's so beautiful. He says, Sugriv, if I have no information to take back to my Ram, I am going to jump into this ocean. I cannot return to him. And while he is standing above this cave, Sampati, the brother of Jatayu, comes there. And he sees his monkeys, his bears, he sees Hanuman. And he's telling to them, did you all see the two princes, Ram and Lakshman? They're in search of Sita. And Hanumanji asks, who are you? He says, I am the brother of Jatayu. My brother has died. trying to save Sita. She's in Lankapuri. And so, Hanumanji, he comes down from the cave and he makes a decision. What is the decision that Hanumanji makes? We listen. Dikajayu bhana barasar bhiga Sita bahu kaja manat kaha bolo Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Everyone, Jaya Rama Shri Rama Shri Rama. Tonight, if you want to hear what happens next, and if you want to hear what Hanuman is about to do, with love and devotion we chant, with prem, with bhakti, with devotion with the Lord. Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Bolo Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Prabhu Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya 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 Rama Shri Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama. Bure Siyapati Ramachandra ki. Hanumanji tells to Sugriv, how can I help my Ram? How can I leap over this ocean? How could I reach? I wish that I could reach over this ocean. Sugriv remembers that when Hanumanji was in a Bhalak form, the little boy form, Hanumanji was very mischievous. Hanumanji was given Ashta Siddhi Nav Nidhi Kedhata, 8 Siddhis, 8 powers. And Hanumanji in his Balak form would have used his powers and create problems to the Rishis and Munis. When the Rishi was sitting on the ground and clasped with closed eyes in Samadhi and they are praying Rama, 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 Hanumanji, remember he had Ashta Siddhi, 8 powers. He would take the Rishi from the ground and place him on top of the tree. Imagine you praying. You know you're sitting in the ground, you know. And when you open your eye, Jai Bhagwan, you're in a special branch. Hanumanji will create these little mischief. And one of the Rishis placed a strap on him, that he will forget about his powers until one day someone is going to remind him about his powers. So Hanumanji did so many great things, and he wasn't aware how powerful he was. How many of us in today's world needs to be reminded how powerful you are? From time to time, you need to be reminded of that. How powerful you are. And how are we reminded how powerful you are? This is why God places us into difficult situations from time to time. Because the only time you will know how strong you are is in your weakest moment. That is the only time you know how strong you are. In your weakest moments. This is why we have little problems in life. To remind us how great and how powerful you are. My dear friends and devotees, Sugriv, he says, Suno Hanuman, listen. Oh Hanumanji, you are blessed by the Devatas with Ashta Siddhi, 8 powers. Use these powers and you could leap to Lanka. One of the powers that you have, oh Hanuman, you could leap as far as you want. You could attain the size of a mosquito and in a split second the size of a giant. You are swift as the wind. You are the son of the wind. He's called Pavana Putra, son of the wind. You are Mahagyani. Jai Hanuman Gyan Guna Sagar. Hanumanji amongst the Devatas is the wisest, the most knowledgeable one. He is Mahagyani. My dear friends, Hanumanji, he clasped his hands together. He says, Sugriva, if this is what you are saying is truth, I will test it today to serve my Lord. But before I leave here to go to Lanka, I must sing the blessing of my Lord. He clasped his hands together. He closed his physical eyes. He visualized Shri Ram and he began to pray. Om Ramaya Ramachandraya Virase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Pate Namaha. My Lord Ram, salutations unto thee. O Lord, may you bless me that I may reach to Lanka safely and return to you safely with the news of Sita. With clasped hands he began to grow. And as he is growing, he begins to feel that power, that energy, that strength. And with clasped hands he begins to pray to Ram. He's about to leap over the ocean. He's in service of his Lord Ram. And he begins to pray. Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Bolo Ram Ram. You know, the way you're singing this, Hanuman might reach Lanka tonight. He might reach by Saturday. If you want Hanuman to reach Lanka, you know what we have to do, right? Ram Ram. Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Ram Ram Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Jai Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Hanumanji begins to grow in the name of Ram. He has that faith in Ram. When you have faith in God, my dear friends, anything is possible. Even the impossible becomes possible. We all are just like Hanumanji, you know. We have great siddhi, great power that resides within us. And when we have faith in God, we awaken this ability. How strong, how great, how powerful you are. So my dear friends and devotees, have faith in your Lord Ram. Have faith in your Hanumanji. And so, he begins to leap across the ocean. He is going to journey. He is going in service of his Lord Ram. As I've mentioned, we all are here on a journey of life to serve Shri Ram, to serve Bhagwan. Whatever name you may call God, serve God wholeheartedly. Whatever form you may visualize God to be, serve that God, my dear friends. Sanatana Dharma doesn't teach us Hanuman alone is God. Sanatana Dharma doesn't teach us Lord Shiva alone is God. What Sanatana Dharma teaches us? The bhajan tells. ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम सबको सन्मति रे भगवान ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरे नाम सबको सन्मति रे भगवान जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा रामपति. The bhajan says, Ishwara Allah, Tere Naam, Sabako Sanmati, He Bhagwan. Call God Allah, call Him Ram, call Him Christ. Sanatana Dharma teaches us there's one God in various forms. He came upon the earth at different times, to different purpose and different reason. Do not fight on religion. Live in peace and harmony and simply serve God, my dear friends. As He is journeying, what takes place with His Son? राम राम राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम राम राम राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम जय जय रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन एक बार बोले सियापति रामचंद्र की. Hanuman ji, he's journeying. What does he teach us? Before we embark upon any journey in life, we must seek the blessing of Bhagwan. Before leaving your home in the morning, what you must do, or what we just do. Tell the dulahin when I reach home in the evening, make sure to have hot sara roti and fry aloo. Otherwise, pot, pan, tawa, everything outside. Isn't that so? What you must do before leaving our homes in the morning. Hanumanji teaches us, before we embark upon any journey, seek the blessing of God. In today's world more than ever, before leaving your home, seek the blessing of Bhagwan. Ask Bhagwan to protect you, your home, your family in your absence, and bless you to return home safely. You know why? In today's world, many people leave their home in the morning and never return. Many people leave their homes and when they return, there is no home or no family. We hear about these things and see these things in the news, isn't that so? But when we put God first, He protects us. I remember one morning while I was coming from the studio, just before Monroe Road, I saw a police vehicle and some police outside. And when I looked, I saw a man lying on the ground with blood oozing out his body. And so many thoughts ran through my mind. Imagine this man is in a coverall, lying there, struck by a vehicle. His family is at home, and they are thinking, my husband or my father is at work now. Not knowing, he's lying on the ground dead. This is life. Do not wait for when your loved one is in that situation then to pray to God. Do not wait for when these type of situations come in your life then to realize that I should have been praying. Tomorrow morning, before you leave your home, whether it's to go at a short distance, seek the blessing of God. 1 minute, go to your altar and ask for Bhagwan's blessings. Hanumanji is journeying. Hanumanji is journeying. He sees Surasa, a huge serpent arises from the ocean. And Surasa Devi, this Nag, opens her mouth and she begins to laugh. She says, today I'm going to have monkey for lunch. Jai Bhagwan. Remember there's monkey pox, eh? Surasa is telling to Hanuman, oh monkey, you cannot go further. You must enter into my mouth. And whatever goes into my mouth, do not escape. So today I'm going to eat monkey. And Surasa is laughing. Hanumanji remembers his powers. He could get as small as a mosquito, and in a split second he could get as huge as a giant. He says, Ma, with clasped hands, if this is your wish for me to enter into your mouth, so it shall be. He begins to expand himself huge. And while he's growing, Surasa is opening her mouth. And in a split second, Hanumanji turns small as a mosquito. He enters into the mouth of Surasa. Before she can close her mouth, he's back out. He assumes his natural form and with clasped hands, he says, Ma, allow me to continue my journey. I have entered into your mouth and here I am. Here I am. I am out. She bows to Hanumanji and enters into the ocean. In life, you will meet with many Surasa. There are many Surasa, many serpents that we will meet with in life, that will try to destroy us. Remember, Surasa is what a nag, a snake. And they will try to destroy us. But we must be like Hanumanji, intelligent. With the blessing of Shri Ram, we are well protected, like Hanuman. And no one or nothing could destroy us. Remember last night's katha? We are all well protected. Our dharma protects us. So have faith in your dharma. He continues on the journey, Jai Shri Ram, and he's going again. And as he's going, a huge mountain arises now. Jai Shri Ram. Mainaka Devi clasped hands, she says, Hanuman, please come and rest on this mountain. He says, Ma, I cannot rest. When you are serving God, there is no rest. And I will not rest until my task is completed. Our task is mukti. There is no rest for the bhaktas of Bhagavan. We have to continue to do our puja. We have to continue to serve God. We have to continue to serve mankind. This is our duty. People ask me from time to time, Baba, when you just rest? Baba, do you rest? I say no. I stress. For those who are pundits who know, to live this life is a beautiful life and something I enjoy doing. But sometimes it's a bit stressful. So I have learned last night in Katha, when stress comes, deal with stress. Ram Nam, Satya hai, you go. And then when you do that, you know what happens? Bhagwan is impressed by you. How intelligent you are. So this evening, my dear friends and devotees, these things will happen. But when we are bhaktas of God, there is no rest for us. We must continue to serve God. Mainaka Devi says, Hanuman, I want your darshan. I hear that you are the servant of Ram. And Hanumanji, he placed one of his foot on the mountain. Placing his strength, the mountain sunk into the ocean. And Hanumanji continues on his journey. What takes place? We listen through the medium of Katha. Hari ho Rama milan kab hoye, ange savala ge rahe. Hari ho Rama milan kab hoye, ange savala ge rahe. Hari ho Rama milan kab hoye, ange savala ge rahe. Hanumanji, my dear friends and devotees, it is about to get dark. It's evening. He is almost to Lanka. But the Rakshas could still see him. And he's saying, how can I enter into Lanka now? These Rakshas will see me. So he goes in a nearby mountain and he sits there with clasped hands. And what he does, Rama, Rama, Rama. He chants the name of Ram. He's happy, Ram, I am here. I am going to see if your Sita is here. Where is she? And I'm going to look and well see the runabout in Lanka. I'm going to observe every entrance and exit because I know I will have to come back to battle. And so, Hanumanji, he sits there with clasped hands. He's waiting for that moment. And as it gets dark, Hanumanji takes a form small as a mosquito. And he goes to the gateway of Lanka. And what takes place? We listen. Lanka nikara nama sumirana. Lanka nikara nama sumirana. Ati apa bhava sagar, ati apa bhava sagar, ang sawa lage rahe. Hari ho. Hanumanji, he goes at the gateway, small as a mosquito. And as he's about to enter, he sees Lankani sleeping, the Rakshas who guards the gate of Lanka. And while he is going, Lankani wakes up and she says, I'm smelling someone. Jai Bhagwan. And as she wakes up, she says, who are you? Reveal yourself. Hanumanji doesn't sneak in, you know. He stands for Satya, truth. So he reveals himself across pans. And he doesn't call her Rakshas. You know what he calls her? Ma. He says, Ma, I am Hanuman. I am the servant of Ram. And you know what Surasa does? Tears begin to flow from her eyes. She falls to the feet of Hanuman. And Hanumanji, he's confused. Imagine you go in the enemy territory and you tell them, I am the messenger of Ram. And he's expecting she to try to kill him. But she falls to his lotus-like feet. Imagine that. And she says, Hanuman, I know that you are Lord Shiva. Because Ravan is a great devotee of Lord Shiva. And when Ravan was given a great boon by Lord Shiva, Bhagwan Shankar, he told Ravan that anytime you see a Vanar, a monkey come to Lanka, know it is the beginning of the ending. Know that it's the beginning of the ending. Anytime you see a monkey come to Lanka, I will come in that form. God blesses us with everything. I know what he tells Ravan. If you don't use it for the right purpose, it will bring your destruction. I give it to you, and I will come myself to destroy you. When God blesses us with things in today's world, use it for good. Use it to promote your dharma. Use it to help mankind. So that God will bless you and continue to bless you. And so, Hanumanji, he's about to enter. But Lankani says, no. You cannot enter still. I am given a duty to protect the gateway of Lanka. And my duty is not to allow anybody to go in. The only way you can enter is if you battle with me. You know, sometimes if you know the man by the gate, you're inside. Well, it's not so in Lanka. Hanumanji, he takes the mukta. And he hits Lankani one satsang. What is a satsang? One blow. One blow. When we go to satsang, you know what we say sometimes? Hey boy, Baba pelting boulders. It's not boulders, you know. It is satsang. If you live a righteous life, you wouldn't feel Baba pelting boulders. This is what the book have, and it's for us to learn. It is not boulders to build a quarry. But you know what it is? It is a wake-up call. This is why we are in satsang. Sometimes I sit in satsang, and whilst I read the katha, I just get wake up too. And then I say, Jai Bhagwan, I need to do some check-up on myself. I need to make some changes. It is a wake-up call for all of us. None of us are perfect. And this is why when we engage in satsang, we must leave educated, lighter than we came, and more positive than we came. Hanumanji hitting our satsang, he enters into Lanka. And as he enters into Lanka, what takes place? On Saturday evening, we will journey once more to Ramayana. And on Saturday evening, we will understand now what takes place from here. From the entrance of Lanka into Lanka. Ek baar bore pavan putra Hanuman ki, satya sanatan dharma ki. My dear friends and devotees, Hanumanji has taught us so many wonderful lessons for life. As he crossed over the ocean, Surasa appeared an obstacle. Maina Devi appeared an obstacle. Likewise, when we journey in life, obstacles will appear. Hurdles will come in our path. But what should we do? Should we give up? Hanumanji didn't teach us that tonight. Hanumanji taught us, whenever problems come in your life, Jai Shri Ram. Have faith in Lord Shri Ram. Have faith in God, and even impossible becomes possible. And everything that happens in life happens for a reason. And there is always good in it. We may not see it today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day to come. Ek baar bore pavan putra Hanuman ki. I share with you a beautiful kahani this evening. There once was a great servant of God. And one day this man got one of his toe cut off. So he gave vexed to God. He said, God, you mean to tell me I pray to you morning, noon and night and I get my toe cut off? And the people who have prayed had 10 toes? Me praying again. How many of us do this? Maybe not your toe get cut off, eh? But maybe a situation come and we say, God, I praying and you mean so much trouble I see in. Me praying again. This same man one day walking through the forest, some tribal people caught him. And they were going to sacrifice him. So when they placed him on the bed, the chief came. And when he looked at the man, he told them, release this man. Everybody say, why? He's so healthy, perfect. And the chief says, this man is incomplete. He is missing a toe. He cannot be sacrificed. In life, my dear friends and devotees, you know what this man did? He fought in the ground, the man who vexed with God now, and he said, God, thank you. Thank you, I lost my toe. Otherwise today I would have lost my life. Such is life. Everything happens for a reason. You may not see the good in it today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day to come. Ek baar bole satya sanatan dharma ki jai. We're joining a beautiful bhajan whilst Havan is in progress. I know normally whilst Havan is in progress, we're joining one bhajan. But tonight we'll join in two bhajans, and only for one reason. Uncle Pravin is here and he's owing me a couple bhajans. So today he will just pay one. We'll see what goes on from tomorrow. Ek baar bole pavan putra Hanuman ki jai.
Om Anjani Sutaya Vedmahe वायुपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो हनुमान प्रचोदयात्। पसानि सा पधमगरे पमग सरे सा चीरक चाटी बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान। बोल पवन पुत्र हनुमान। बोल पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। रामाया राम भद्राया रामचंद्राय वेद से रघुनाथाया नाथाया सीताया पतये नमः, सीताया पतये नमः। बोलो राम सीताराम, बोलो राम 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 सीताराम। बोलो वीर हनुमान अति बलवाना, राम राम रसयो रे प्रभु मन बसयो रे। हरण किया रावण ने, प्रभु जी ते कुलाए। हनुमान ने सीता जी को प्रभु संदेश सुनाए। हनुमान जी करके आए, हनुमान जी करके आए प्रभु जी के गुणगान। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान। मेरे मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। हनुमान जय हनुमान, हनुमान जय हनुमान। लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति देखा प्रभु घबराए। भोर के पहले हनुमान जी धौलागिरी में आए। उठे बैठे लक्ष्मण लेकर, उठे बैठे लक्ष्मण लेकर श्री राम का नाम। बोल पवन पुत्र हनुमान। मेरे मन में बसे जय वीर हनुमान अंजनीय हनुमान, जय वीर हनुमान अंजनीय हनुमान। बानर सेना देख के रावण की सेना घबराई। परक झपक ने हनुमाना लंका में आग लगाई। बोले प्रभु के साथ मिटा कर, बोले प्रभु के साथ मिटा कर रावण का अभिमान। बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। वीर हनुमान अति बलवाना, राम राम बसयो रे प्रभु मन बसयो रे। जय बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, जय बजरंग बली, जय बजरंग बली। ओ बोलो कब लगे हमरे कबरिया बजरंग बली, ओ बोलो कब लगे हमरे कबरिया ओ बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, ओ बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली। कब लगे कब लगे कब लगे हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, ओ बोलो कब लगे हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, ओ बोलो कब लगे हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली।
So. अब लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, अब लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, वो अंगनैया ओ अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गई, अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गई, लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, लौटी गए राम लौटी गई, ओ अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गई। घरे रामा जी आई है, जब हम जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, जब हमें जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, अच्छे अच्छे भोजन बनाए रखती रे अंगनैया, वो अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गए, अंगनैया से। घरे रामा जी आई है, जो हम जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, जो हमें जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, जो हमें जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, जो हमें जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, अच्छे अच्छे बिरवा जोड़ाए रखती रे अंगनैया, वो अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गए, अंगनैया से। अरे लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, अरे लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, ओ अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गए, अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गए। जब हमें जाने घरे रामा जी आई है, 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 दुल्हन के सजिया बनाए रखती रे अंगनैया, ओ अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गए, अंगनैया से रामा मोरे। अरे लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, अरे लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, लौटी गए राम लौटी गए, ओ अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी गए, अंगनैया से रामा मोरे लौटी, ओ अंगनैया से रामा मोरे।
बोले श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. So that's one down. We have a couple to go. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, this evening Katha has taught us so many wonderful lessons for life. I do pray and hope that you take these lessons at least one each night and practice them. At the end of these 7 nights of Bhakti Gyan Yagna, we should learn at least 7 new lessons. And we should be practicing 7 new things in our lives. So at the end of the Yajna, it makes us a better human being. And then 2 days after, Ganesh Utsav starts. So then we learn 11 new lessons. So we have a lot of lessons to be taught. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, I invite you all to Kravajai to please stand as you join in our final Purna Mahuti offering, followed by our Arti this evening and mantras. Om Purnamidha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamurachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Shanti Swaha Achman Om Sarva Papaharam Devyam Gangayam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Mayaratam Grihanam Parameshwara. We found the fire. Baraspatir Surah Bhutoyo Ghandyu Ghandyu Tamaha Agrahan Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Brati Grahitam. The Sotic blessing. Om Bhutbhava Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargore Vasyadi Mahidi Yoyona Prachodya Borya Gindeuta Ki Jai Pavan Putnaman Ki. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, as we join in our final Arti this evening, I invite my wonderful Bhaiya Pandit Dharan to lead us in Arti this evening. As you know, my voice is going, so I'm trying to save some for tomorrow.
Om Yani Kani Cha Papani Janmantar Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vinashante Pradakshina Pare Pare Kirati Kali Tala Nitasya Peke Kirati Kali Tala Nitasya Peke Arati Shri Ramayana Deke Arati Shri Ramayana Deke Arati Shri Ramayana Deke Kirati Kali Tala Nitasya Peke. गावत ब्रह्मा देख मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि ज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकादि शेष हर्षारद सुख सनकादि शेष हर्षारद भवनि पवन सुत कीरत नीके आरति श्री रामायण देके आरति श्री रामायण देके संतत गावत शंभो भवानी और घट संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि पूंग बखानी व्यास आदि कवि पूंग बखानी काकरु शूंदि गरुड़ कियहि के आरति श्री रामायण देके आरति श्री रामायण देके चारहु वेद पुराण अष्टदश शाहु शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस तन मन धन संतन के सरवस तन मन धन संतन के सरवस सारया आरती श्री रामायण जय की, आरती श्री रामायण जय की। कलिमल हरनि विषय रस पीति, सुभग श्रृंगार मुक्ति युवती की। हारनि रोग भव मोरिया मीति, हारनि रोग भव मोरिया मीति। तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की, आरती श्री रामायण जय की, आरती श्री रामायण जय की। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस जय लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमत के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुवेश, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केश। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, काले मूंज जनि साजे। श्री राम जय जय राम, बोलो श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय राम। हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल। हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल। हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल। हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल। हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल। अगर बम 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 ओ, अगर बम 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 ओ, अगर बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू। अगर बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू, बजावे डमरू। शिवा बम 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 ओ, शिवा बम 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 ओ, शिवा बम 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 बोला बजावे डमरू। बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, जय 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 बजरंग बली। बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, जय 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 बजरंग। ओ बजरंग बली, बजरंग बली, जय 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 बजरंग बली। जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी। जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी। जगदम्बा देवी, जगदम्बा देवी, जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी। गणपति बाबा, गणपति बाबा, जय 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 गणपति बाबा। गणपति बाबा, गणपति बाबा, जय 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 गणपति बाबा। जय 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 गणपति बाबा, जय 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 गणपति बाबा। ओ आरती श्री रामायण जय की, तीरथ करी कर लेख से यती की। आरती श्री मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जराडनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तरस्रमे। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा
Puryat manava prakatim subhautam Karome yagya sakalam parashme Narayanaite samarapayami. Together as one family we pray. Tvameva mata Shapita Tvameva Bandhu Tvameva Vidya Tvameva Sarvam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. With hands clasped together, turn to the person next to you as you say Sitaram. Shakabar kahore Sitaram 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 Shakabar kahore Sitaram 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 Sitaram. This evening, as we say Sitaram and we bow our heads, we bow to the divinity within each and every one of us. For Bhagavan is here, there and everywhere, and for He belongs and be within each and every one of us. Salutations on today. Shakabar kahore Sitaram 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 Sitaram. एक बार बोले गजानन स्वामी की, उमापति महादेव की, आज शक्ति दुर्गा माता की, सियापति रामचंद्र की, पवन पूजनमान की, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki. Jai Jai Sitaram. You may have your respectful seats this evening, my dear friends and devotees. Let me say a special thank you to Bhai Kishan and Media Concepts 29 for taking our devotion to the home of many devotees throughout. To the members of our group this evening joining with us, to Pavir, Uncle Pravin, to Pandit Haran, of course, to Dehraj and Rekaji. Bhagavan choices blessings to you. To all you wonderful bhaktas and devotees joining with us this evening, may you return to your home safely. Arti Prasad, Panchamrit will come your way. Bhojan is prepared for each and everyone to take home. To your left, of course, you will collect your Bhojan. And of course, I see you guys tomorrow for another beautiful katha as tomorrow we journey to the golden pages of the Bhagavad Mahapuran. Jai Sitaram.